Yeah, I mean, both teams are getting the shots that they want. They're just not falling.
Salawi, well. So look back at the highlights. Salawi, it took them a long time, but they finally got that field goal. Egypt have yet to make a free throw today. Musa turns, puts it up, soft, powerful move. Coach Wakama barking out instructions.
Yeah, she was saying the tempo's too slow, and that's when they picked it up.
Salawi changes directions, and Okonkwo comes, gets it to the middle of the floor.
Look
now,
how
Taiwo for three.
She played as well, so I think it's a good sign.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Goke gets blocked, and Okonkwo puts it up and in. They're just shooting awful today. Another basket. And Obasi over to Goke. Oh! But the offensive rebound and putback is there. They literally cannot get a rebound. Green, rapid improvement. Moral for three, gets it right back. Okonkwo, will she add to her tally? Fatima, again, a chance to run. Reem Musa. Moral, open three, it's good. You don't need to look at the bench of Egypt right now. That was the pass that did work.
Those two have
I think Renee's just the shots she's taking are just impossible.
I mean, she's been getting to the line.
And she's tired.
Yeah, she played an amazing game yesterday. So
Okonkwo, count that.
For 40 minutes, you just can't take those lapses anytime between a tough game, and especially in Afrobasket tournament.
Koro entry pass, Nicole and Abassi. That was crucial. I mean, they were missing a lot of shots they could have made. Taiwo had the shot, but wasn't in a rush. Probably the right decision.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! What a shot from Okoro.
Wow.
You're not helping off a 7 or 8. All right. Also, roller is good.
Okoro for three. All of them have been great. Dribbles out the final seconds.
Congratulations to Nigeria.
So, terrific win for Nigeria. They romped to an 83-65 win over Egypt.
Well, good one there coming from our lady Dtigress of Nigeria. Winning that game 89 against Egypt, actually fought her 63, and it's a fantastic performance from our ladies. And right now they play on Wednesday against either Mozambique or Cote d'Ivoire. But the big one is the fact that federal government right now commends them for what they've done in this competition taking place in Kigali at the BK Arena. There. Well, they are on the show, rather sport update, where we are giving you update concerning the world of sport. Federal government commend Dtigress' excellent performance. 2023 Afro Basket. Our ladies have been superlative performance for the fact that they were able to defeat DR Congo, and also they did well against Egypt. Right now, they are to face another team on Wednesday in the next round of the competition. Congrats to Dtigress for what they've done. And right now, I have with me in the studio Olawale Peters. Good to have you.
Thank you, Adene. It's my pleasure to be back to studio. So at least we got a commendation from the federal government on the Dtigress
for this one.
Okay, if you go beyond that, I'm not surprised about the performance of the Dtigress, and they've proven times without number that they are the best when it comes to basketball in Africa. They are the current defending champion. They are there to defend the title.
They won it 3 times, back to back.
And they only need to win this one to equal the record of the Senegalese team, who have won it 4 consecutive times. And the Senegalese team also, they are still in the race in this competition. So what they need to do is they shouldn't let it get over them. Like I used to say, and I'll continue saying this, they shouldn't be looking at what the federal government or what the government should do for them. They should look at how to continue doing what they know how to do best to develop themselves, because a lot of coaches are outside there looking at their performance. So irrespective of what is happening in the country, they are selling themselves by doing what they know how to do best. I'm very sure, I'm very certain they are bringing the trophy back home. And like we said during the morning show, I think our male sport teams and counterparts, they need to learn a lot from the female this time around. Look at the football, look at the basketball,
beach volleyball,
and ball,
gymnastics.
They are doing track and field,
athletics. Yes,
they are doing a lot. So it is high time for them to really learn from them. Or like you have been saying, which I agree with you 100%, for us to digress the attention, the recognition that we give to the Super Eagles and take it to these ladies. Because sincerely, the way we are happy for the past 5-6 days with the Super Falcons performance at the World Cup, the Tigress, a lot is going on in this country. That's the truth. A lot is, people are going through a lot. But the only thing that brings us together now, it's sport. When we play against Australia, I'm sure nobody's thinking about the first subsidy. Nobody's thinking about the 22.79 inflation rate that we have currently. Nobody's looking at that again. Nobody's looking at the joy and happiness that these people are bringing to us. So that means a lot. So they should continue doing what they're doing, and they'll definitely get rewarded for it. So I'm very confident about them. They are bringing the trophy back home.
And really, looking at that game they played against Egypt was a wow performance, for the fact that when you were watching, you'll be like, wow, this is a team from Nigeria. And this, if you want to really pick the right team in Nigeria, this set will be second or thereabout. Yes. And really, a fantastic performance from our ladies. They are celebrating the women for what they have done in the world of sports. For the past 1 or 2 weeks now, they've been on fire in different categories of sport. When it comes to sports in Nigeria, really, the women have really made us so proud that, in fact, you as a man, you feel you feel threatened in the world of sport. For Super Eagles, the attention they are getting, yes, it's good, but they can split just 30% of what they are getting to other sport, and let's see what will happen, especially on women's sport. It seems to be more committed when it comes to sport, and really they are really doing so well. When it comes to track and field, we saw what they've done. Is it Tubeloba Muson or Ese Brume or what the other athletes are doing right now when it comes to athletics? And you look at gymnastics, you look at beach volleyball, we look at basketball, handball, different sport. Our women, really, they are good to go, and we are celebrating them. Just as we are talking about Dtigress for winning against Egypt, and now they'll be playing on Wednesday to see maybe they can make it. And according to Olawale Peter, they are bringing the trophy back home, and we believe that they can do it back to back, making it 4 times in a row for Dtigress there. And now, from that particular match that they played, yes, this was against Congo, and they were able to get 69-35. And that was the first game they played, and against Egypt was 83-65, where the likes of Sarah Goke shine like million stars there. Congrats to the team for what they've done, and we believe in them for the next game that they will play. Now, let's digress a bit from Nigerian sport, and we'll talk about some transfers. For a lot of people out there, I want to know what's happening concerning transfers. We'll be bringing you update about 5 different transfers right now with Olawale Peters there. Let's start with Harry Kane and Bayern Munich, who are right now, they have not hidden their interest in the Englishman. Bayern Munich are ready to break club record, 80 million euro. That's 68 million pounds fee for Harry Kane. They've been pursuing him, but right now talks are taking place, and it's possible that Harry Kane may actually move to the Bavarians.
Okay, I think it's high time for Harry Kane to leave Tottenham, honestly. And if you look at his age, and if you look at the number of years he has spent at Tottenham, he joined Tottenham in 2009, and this is 2023, and he has not won Premier League, Champions League. The best performance is playing at the final. So it's more than that. So
and the one they will have won, they removed Mourinho.
Yes, that's why Mourinho will tell you that he has won 22.5
trophy. He was almost getting down.
Almost getting there before they remove him. So I think Harry Kane really needs to move. That's the truth. He has won the golden boot for the Premier League 3 times. He's the current highest goal scorer in Tottenham with 267 goals. There's nothing again that he needs or he wants to achieve in Tottenham that he has not achieved. What he wants to achieve as a player, I don't think Tottenham can provide that. Premier League, Champions League. I don't think the current squad of Tottenham can do that this year, next year, or year before. That's the truth. So he needs to leave. Now, where is he going? He's going to Bayern Munich. If you look at the trajectory of English player leaving Premier League, especially their captain, their star, going out there and make it, I think it's a bit difficult for them to really achieve what they intend to achieve.
Anytime they are outside England.
Because they will not get all this hype that they normally get. Then Bayern Munich also, they are a team that most of their players, they perform very well if they are from their domestic league. Look at Sadio Mane. It's not there again. Look at Lucas Hernandez, that is holding the highest fee that they bought from Atletico Madrid in 2019 after the World Cup for this same amount, 18 million euro. That's their highest record fee. For you to know that they don't spend like that. Before that, their highest record fee was about 37 million pounds. So now, it's still that same amount that they paid Lucas Hernandez in 2019.
And that's what they are bringing to the table again.
They are bringing to the table again. That after almost 4 years. And where's Lucas Hernandez now? PSG. So that shows that if you go in there and he signed a 5-year deal with them in 2019. So that means he's not even seeing his contract off before leaving. He had injury, is not fitting. So that's what I think Harry Kane needs to look into. As at this morning, in Tottenham they are requesting for 100 million
pounds.
Euro,
okay.
Not 80 million euro.
That should be like 80 million pounds.
80 million pounds, exactly. So there's still a gap of 20 million pounds that Bayern Munich needs to come out to be able to meet their demand. However, I expected the Tottenham management board to be business oriented, because Harry Kane has less than a year left on his current contract. If they didn't do anything,
that will look like Mbappe's case.
It will look like Mbappe's case, and that means by December, he's free to talk officially to any club that it will go. So that means they will still lose him. So it's better they cash out than losing everything. So going to Bayern Munich, sincerely, I think the Tottenham management should just forget about this sentiment of English team not wanting to sell their star player to their rival.
Just sell him.
Just sell him, get your money, beef up your team, and see what you can do.
Now, something just crossed, as we're saying that, something crossed my mind, that what if they sell Harry Kane to Bayern and just go for Osimhen?
Okay.
I'm just imagining that. At that top striker mode.
The permutation to is very okay. But is Tottenham a club
good enough for Osimhen?
That normally spend that huge amount of money? Because any club that will buy Osimhen now will be paying almost 90 to over 100 million.
And aside that, Osimhen wants to look at Tottenham Hotspur. Is there any possibility for me to win trophy? So he might not want to take it to that.
So for now, Osimhen is hot cake. Someone that they want to pay £1 million for weekly, and you, Tottenham, that has almost the same maestro attitude with Arsenal, that will be looking for a player to buy for 300,000, 400,000.
They didn't buy. It has not brought Arsenal into this.
I said because they are both not Londoners now, so they have the same.
But we still spend more than them.
Yes. At least this season.
At least we bought rice for 105. Let them go for their own beans.
And only girls know how many fertilizer you use to build another rice.
At least we signed 105 million.
Where did you get the money from?
From, like we say in Nigeria, money from cashew, money from
at least,
mango, money everywhere.
For the first time, you are agreeing with me that you are.
But we are rich. We are rich. Oh, come on.
You are an Arsenal fan. You are agreeing that you are an Arsenal fan.
No, where did Barcelona got money to buy some of those players?
No, you don't answer the question. You are an Arsenal fan.
I'm not.
But you said we.
You have been referring to me that I'm Arsenal fans.
And you accepted it.
For the sake of Arsenal fans out there, I have to accept them and carry them on my shoulder.
Okay.
They are cross.
I'm sure they're happy with you now.
Good one there. We've been talking about some transfer story here. Bayern, well, concerning Harry Kane, a big one there, £68 million for the Englishman called Harry Kane there. Let's go for 4 more as we look at Chelsea in competition. They are really in competition with Barcelona in a player plus cash deal for Kylian Mbappe. A big one there. Mbappe, will he be leaving to Chelsea or Barcelona, even though Real Madrid seems to be the place where his heart is?
Yes, and it will be going to Real Madrid next season. And it's one of the reasons why the PSG are trying to sue Real Madrid, because it's not yet the time for Mbappe to have an agreement
with any club.
Any club. You have to do that when you have about less than 6 months in your current contract, and he doesn't have that right now. So Mbappe going to Barcelona, Real Madrid will pull out of that offer.
Of course, they will not.
They will pull out of that offer, irrespective of the agreement or whatever they've had. If Mbappe should move to Barcelona this season, it's not going to work. That's number one. Then number two, money misroad, Chelsea. I don't really know what.
Oh my goodness! I'm so happy you actually mentioned this.
No, you see, that's the difference between some Chelsea fan, okay,
and some Chelsea fan,
and some Arsenal fan or Man U fan. You tell yourself the truth, and the truth here is that Chelsea doesn't need Mbappe. You don't need you don't need a player that will be bigger than the club. And currently what Chelsea is going through, if they should have someone like Mbappe in their dressing room, take it or leave it, their situation will be more terrible.
It will cause more havoc.
More havoc than what happened. They finished 13th last season. Probably this season, they'll be battling relegation. So I don't think they need that distraction for now. You have Christian Nkunku, you have a lot of young aspiring player that can deliver, that wants to be a star, that they don't need to be looking for a point man that they give ball to. So going to Chelsea, I think, like I said, money means, you know, when you have money that's more than your age, so like Osimhen, for example, let's assume that Osimhen
sign for Al
Hilal. I just sleep and wake up and say, Kai,
1 billion.
1 billion per week.
After from Monday to Saturday.
Monday to Saturday, 1 billion. And within a week, probably you're not even playing ball, and a billion is entering your account. You just look at one state in Nigeria, like you said, how much is it? I want to buy.
You just not wake up and go and slap his coach. He's taking late. So
I think Mbappe should try and sort out whatever difference or issue he has with PSG, because he won't be where he is today if not for PSG.
From the way it is, a tough one, but Real Madrid should have been the best place for him to go, but because of what happened last season, I'm sure Real Madrid are trying to also pay back.
Yes, they are trying to pay back also, but the onus lies on Mbappe. He won't be where he is today even
without
for PSG. That's the truth. PSG, they saw him right from Monaco. They bought him with that huge amount of money they paid for him. They made him the star by playing him week in, week out. So you shouldn't forget where you come from. No matter what the situation is, you shouldn't forget that. So I think you should try and sort out. So if I'm a coach today, I cannot take Mbappe in my team. Because for you to do what you did with PSG, so if you come to mine also,
you want to do that.
You want to do the same thing also. And what a coach or a manager want is to have a team that works together as a unit. So as it is right now, I think he needs to retract his step so that we don't have something that will haunt him for. It's not all about money. Take it or leave it.
Well, good one there coming from Peters. Let's quickly run through some stories before we pick one so that you can analyze Barcelona to move forward. Let's go Madrid forward. João Felix, if Ousmane Dembele join PSG are really knocking at the door of Barcelona for Ousmane Dembele. And then we look at Chelsea in talks with Brighton over goalkeeper Robert Sanchez move. They want to go for this goalkeeper with Brighton. And another one with Chelsea. Chelsea considering swap deal involving Romelu Lukaku and Juventus Dusan Vlahovic. So let's just look at the last story. Chelsea considering swap deal between these two players, even though before they really wanted him to go, but Juventus wants to at least a player. Let's swap it, and maybe this will work.
I think this should work, and it will be the best for Lukaku, because he's subject to requirement. They don't really need him again in Chelsea team.
It's so painful.
That's the truth.
How Lukaku became this kind of player.
Yeah, it is painful, and also I think Lukaku picked form more in Serie A than in Premier League. That's the truth. That's even the reason why he too is not keen in coming back to England. Not that he cannot get a team that he can play for in Premier League.
But seems his spirit is more lifted there.
It's more lifted there. So I think they can work this out if Juventus can make that swap. Okay, this has been a good player with Inter. We saw what he did. Let him come to Juve. Then you give all this your player. Probably there will still be some change that they need to pay as add-on, because Chelsea now they are desperate to offload him. That's the truth. So I think
that's desperate move, because Juventus are also looking at Vlahovic as a very formidable striker who they don't want to lose.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, they can take Lukaku without even swapping, because if they're ready to pay the money, I think about £35 million Chelsea is asking for, they can take him and have both of them.
They wanted to take him on loan, and Chelsea said no. They want either you make it permanent deal or we swap.
Okay, it's a negotiation. It depends on how good they are. When Chelsea say that the transfer window is coming to an end and nobody is coming for Lukaku and they want to shed weight on their current bill and their player, they have no other choice to be the one going that, okay, go for the loan, we are okay with it. But for now, they still want to do what they call initial gra-gra.
But really, it's so painful because looking at Lukaku's career, it was at that level where it was rising, it was really progressing, and then all of a sudden, immediately moved to, as you remember, that first move to Inter Milan, the first time, but he came back to England, that was it.
Yeah, I think it happens to most of Belgian players, not only Lukaku. Let's look at Eden Hazard, for example. When he was leaving Chelsea to Real Madrid, we thought he's going to be the next in line for Ballon d'Or.
World champion.
That's the truth. But when he got there, he started eating burger, he added weight, and they gave him time. But still, he didn't prove.
In fact, it seems to be one of the luckiest players who have ever played Real Madrid for the fact they allowed him to be there for more than 4 years.
4 years without anything. Look how Bale had more playing time than him, and look at the way they still criticize Bale that is only going to play golf. So I think it has to do more. Even look at the Kevin De Bruyne also. It's depreciating in one way or the other. This is not the Kevin De Bruyne that we used to know the past 2-3 years. This season, next season, let's see what's going to happen to him. So I think it has to do with Belgium player in one way or the other. They have a time that they'll just, their demand will be up, the demand will be up, at times the demand will be very, very low. But for me, I think Lukaku is doing the right thing. You look at your area of strength. Where's your area of strength now for you to play football? It's in Serie A. Stick to it. Talk to your agent. Let them get you a deal there. That is the work of the agent.
Well, that's the work of an agent there. Talking about Lukaku getting an exchange for Juventus, where Vlahovic could be moving to Chelsea. If everything goes well, we're just giving you an update in the world of sport with Olawale Peters in the studio. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure being here, Adeni. Thanks for having me.
Meanwhile, your jersey is fine. At least I have to appreciate the fact that the jersey is fine.
At least you are appreciating something good coming
from the club that money miswrote. Adeni Aji Shafe, thanks for watching.